What is up, everybody, and welcome to a special edition of the Shred Show live with me, Josh Pitts. And of course, I would like to say the king and queen of the mortgage community right now. They are just a dynamic duo as they are, Jessica and Ryan Ehler. These guys, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't follow them on social media, that's why I love having people who just utilize social media in the best of ways. And Ryan and Jessica are absolutely primo examples of how you should be using social right now. And we're going to dive into that. But if you're joining us live right now, make sure you comment hashtag shred, because that means you're shredding with Jessica, Ryan, and myself. And if you're joining us on the replay, make sure you comment hashtag hustle, because you're out there hustling, you're getting it done. But Ryan and Jessica, welcome back. Good to guys have. I love having you guys on the Shred Show. We've had you here before, and now we're in crazy times, and I'm excited to talk about that. But thanks so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to hang out with us.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having us on.
Oh, some people are saying we have no sound. So
no sound.
I'm going to disagree. Let's hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make sure we have sound. If you are watching live and you can't hear us, make sure you comment below. But that's why we like doing this live. Hey, that's why Jessica and Ryan, they know too. Like sometimes when you go live, you have technical difficulties. No, I've got sound. I don't know what other people are talking about. I can totally hear you. Jessica, right? I hear you guys, so I'm not sure what's going on. Let's check one other place. Again, if you guys are here with us live right now, comment if you can hear myself and Jessica and Ryan. If you can't hear us, let us know. I can hear us. I can totally hear all of us. So I'm not sure what
you.
You can hear me. I can hear you.
This works,
We're double checking here again. Yeah, I'm hold on. No, we're good. We're good. We got sound, ladies and gentlemen. We're
all right.
Stop commenting if you don't know. I got trolls in our chat, ladies and gentlemen, trying to throw us off our game. So let's dive right into that.
How do you turn the sound on this thingy?
Literally, right? People are getting on, and this is what we're actually going to talk about, because people are getting on social media for the first time in a long time, or they're just starting to try to put a strategy in place. And you guys are absolutely brilliant when it comes to a balance of personal versus professional. So I want to kind of start with what do you decide to post on? Because sometimes something that we see within our industry, especially, is we're just throwing all kinds of random stuff on social media. But do you guys have a plan when it comes to posting on what you're going to post? And I want to reference Ryan on Sunday when the Fed announced rate cuts. You made this brilliant video, and I'll post a link below of it, but you're out riding your bike through the city, right? Like you're just riding your bike, having a good time, talking about like, was that totally just like, hey, I'm going to go do this? So why would you make a post like that?
Yeah, actually, so a lot of the reactionary posts like to the market is like my idea. Like I'm like, oh, this is coming up. I'm going to go just make a spontaneous video. The plan stuff is Jessica, so we'll get into that. But with this video, I literally got done with the mountain bike ride, pulled up, and Jessica's like, things are blowing up. The Fed just cut the rate to 0. People are freaking out. So I did a little research, saw what was going on, and said, I need to address this. So I just, I didn't even have time to take a shower. I literally threw on a hat and just hopped on the bike, grabbed my GoPro, and just ripped it.
Yeah, I think it's really important to be one of the first ones out there with this news, especially because, our phones are blowing up, and it's like, I don't want to answer these phone calls all day. Let's try to get a little bit ahead of it and calm people down, because people are, it's an uncertain time and they're freaking out. And, if we can put them at ease, that's our main goal.
And that's just it. And you guys kind of have a fun approach. If you guys watched our show a little bit earlier, we had Andrew Katie on the show, the Epic Mortgage guy, talking about this. But you guys have a very just very easy, just really cool, a sense of like, hey, you know what? The world may be falling apart, but we're totally cool. Like we're good with it. We're relaxed. We're here. We're doing all that we can to kind of bring a lightheartedness is probably the best way to explain it. Because if you guys watch your videos, I mean, you guys have videos from being superheroes to like throwing all kinds of random. That video, by the way, is awesome. And here's the thing: Ryan and Jessica, they both have probably a little bit more, I guess, talent or skill when it comes to doing videos. Most of us don't, which is totally okay. But you started somewhere, Ryan. Like you started just making video, right? I mean, it didn't happen overnight that you started this whole editing platform.
No, I've been doing this for 10 years. So we used to own other businesses, and I knew right away that video was going to be my thing. So I went all in, and then, over time, you get better. I mean, you can ask her. My first videos were horribly cheesy.
Oh, it's so funny to see them. They're so bad.
I was like
she loves you, but she's like,
braces.
oh yeah, sweetie, I love you, but they're bad. She's like, you've gotten so much better.
Yeah, that's how we are.
So like our goal now is to be like 100% real and transparent. Like we don't put on an act, we don't put on a show, we just be ourselves. And we just try to keep our energy high, you know, and like it just in uncertain times, like you said, I think just being like a rock for people and source is huge.
So let's kind of dive a little bit deeper into that, because you guys, like I mentioned earlier, you guys have found a really kind of an organic and a very natural way of connecting your personal life to your professional life. And Ryan, you ride bikes a lot. That's the video on Sunday just fit because, again, you ride mountain bikes. You post a lot about that. How do you guys find that balance of what to post professionally versus personally? Do you intermingle the two? How do you guys find that balance?
You know what's funny is when I started doing the mountain bike stuff, she was like, "Why are you wasting your time?
Nobody wants to see you ride your dang bike every day. Nobody cares. Like, stop blocking everybody's feet up with all this biking stuff." And now people love it. It's brought us a lot of business, actually. And so that's one of the things that we try to focus on is when you find something that's working, when you find something that people are connecting with, then you just keep going with it.
Yeah, so we're not like Ryan and Jessica mortgage people, and then Ryan and Jessica people. We are just, this is our life. This is what we do. So we incorporate our personal and business all wrapped into one.
Because it does all blend together. It all day, every day. You know, we work from home, so it bleeds into things, and then the kids are running around, and everything is just, it's all one thing.
You guys literally just like nailed the point that I want to talk about. We are people. Other people are people. If we talk about mortgage all the time, like people are like, well, Ryan and Jessica are not mortgage all the time. Like they're human beings, and those hobbies and those things that you enjoy do. That's how they connect. The fact, Jessica, you said that at first you're like, there's no way, like nobody's going to connect with Ryan riding his mountain bike, but there are people riding mountain bikes. I ride a mountain bike. I live in Utah. So when I started seeing him post these, I'm like, oh, sweet. So like I'm tuning in and I watch Ryan to see where he was riding next, what video he posted. And that just, it really helps you. We talk about niching. We talk about finding your niche or really being a part of your community. And that just helps you connect with people in a way that's so much more like personal, like, oh man, like, right. And even you guys as a couple, like how many couples are in the world? The fact that you guys are doing videos together, you're sharing things together, that's just one more way. And I know it may not be easy. Ryan and Jessica make it look easy as a couple working together. But
you know what? Jessica doesn't cry anymore.
I cried. So we've been doing video for about 10 years. And up until probably 1 year ago, I cried every single time we shot a video. Every time I cried.
Guys, we're getting personal here. We're diving into the deep life of Jessica and Ryan Ehler here. I feel like I'm almost like Dr. Phil.
I got to start posting the bloopers because we just go at it sometimes.
Oh, we'll be like fighting. And then it's like, okay.
Like, okay, I love you. Let's do this.
Yeah. It's like, again, well, why didn't you say that? Why didn't you do that? And you're like, okay, let's just do it one more time.
But again, that's, you guys have just found a way to just do it. So I hate the word authentically, organically, genuinely, but that's really, it's just who you guys are. It's you're living in the moments, and you're kind of just documenting and sharing with other people to see. And people are like, oh my gosh, Jessica and Ryan are just normal human beings like me. Yes, they absolutely have a knowledge and an expertise when it comes to mortgage, but that's not the first thing they think about when they're watching you. They just think that you guys are great people, and they're people that you want to, that's how relationships build. Like I'm sure when you two started dating, I'm sure you guys didn't walk up to each other and be like, hey, we're going to be mortgage professionals together. This is going to be a great start to a relationship. Let's go. I'm sure that's not how it started. Like relationships start with that personality. And that's what you guys bring to social media. So let me ask you this, with a time right now that a lot of people are going to be flocking to social media, a lot of people are turning to like, hey, how do I get out in front of my audience? How should I be connecting with my audience? How often should I be posting with? And everybody's different. I understand that, but what does your guys' regimen look like when it comes to posting on social media? How active are you on social media? Kind of give us an idea in that.
Yeah, so I'll get into that one second, but I just want to touch on what you said about being authentic and people connecting with you, because I had someone call me up yesterday, never spoke to him before, and they go, hey, we've been seeing your videos on Facebook. We saw one, and then we went down the list and just watched all your videos, and we we have someone that we were going to work with, but we saw you and we really connected, and it just feels like it's fate for us to work together. Like, you have kids, we have kids, and that's what it's all about. That is what it's all about. They feel like they know you because you're being real. So I just want to touch on that, because people are like, oh, should I get into social media? Does it actually work? Yes, it works.
It definitely works. I mean, it's 90% of our business comes from social media.
Holy smokes, ladies and gentlemen,
I would
right
say,
there.
I would say 100% comes from it in some way because of a connection.
Way. Yeah. And so, we of course get referrals and stuff because of doing a good job for people. But still, those people originally came to us from social media, and then we built that relationship throughout the mortgage process, and then they refer somebody. So still, no matter what, like you said, I guess 100%, because everybody, at least at some point, came to us from social media.
Right. And so in terms of posting regimen, Jessica's kind of the mastermind behind that, but here's my philosophy.
I don't post very much myself.
Here's my philosophy is I need to post something, at least one thing, a picture, a video every single day. One thing. That's it. Like, I'm not having to do the whole Gary Vee thing where I'm going to post 15,000 times. Like, that's overwhelming. And that's what like kept me from being consistent, because I felt like I had to be Gary Vee for a long time. And I'm like, I'm not Gary Vee, I'm Ryan. So my goal is a minimum of one posting a day. But if cool stuff comes up or interesting things happen, then I post more. And if they don't, hey, I got my one post in, I feel good about today, and I move on. Yeah,
it's not posting garbage for the sake of posting, which I see 100%. A lot of. It's not even stuff that people would connect with. So it's almost like, they're just posting to get something up there.
And we almost never repost. We don't share links. We don't share articles. We don't share other people's stuff. Like, we make authentic, custom content, so nobody can duplicate it.
And if we find, a lot of it does get inspired by things that other people are doing, but we're going to put our own spin on it.
Yes.
We're going to make it our own. We don't.
And we always ask permission if someone else
came up with it. Even if we're repurposing it, we still ask permission.
That was a mic drop. The fact that you guys just said that is so brilliant, because you both, I don't know if you guys will have to go back and watch this, because this was so brilliant how you guys just played that out, because I talk about this all the time, is you have to have organic, authentic to you. Like, of course you're seeing other people's ideas and you're taking them and making your own, and then you're giving credit. Literally, the book I talk about all the time, Still Like an Artist by Austin Kleon, is that exact thing, is, hey, I saw Ryan and Jessica do that. I'm not going to just share their link, and I can't be Ryan and Jessica, but I can put my own little spin on that. I'm going to go run with that, and I'm going to kind of go do my own thing. Like, that is the fact that you guys just said that, and the fact that 100% of your businesses come from social media, ladies and gentlemen, it works. Like, you guys are the shining example of that. That's so cool.
Yeah, nobody who would know us if we didn't do it, because we are newer in the industry. So it's just fast tracking. Can we build a business without social media? Of course we can, but think about the exponential growth that we've had because of it. Why not utilize that and grow faster than just grinding away, like taking that extra time?
So real quick, how long have you guys been in the industry?
Is this our fourth year? My fourth year?
That's amazing.
Or are we right at 3?
I think we're at 3.
We just hit 3.
I've just over a year for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, this just goes to show, 3 years, you guys are still learning, you're still making mistakes, but the fact that you're doing this and you've seen the power, and not only the power, but the influence that you can have using social media. And it's just one more way that you can, again, build relationships. You guys have both touched on this how many times during this show, is it's all about starting that conversation, starting that relationship, and then building upon that. This lady that reached out to you recently, Ryan, about hey, you have kids, we have kids. We just, that's what social media is all about. It's about building those relationships. We can't look at leads or referrals. If we look at it in that way, we lose the sight of those relationships, which ultimately, if we're just looking for another lead or another referral, it's never a true relationship. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
People are going to be more loyal to you if they think that they know you. If you have a cold lead from, say, the internet, just whatever, people don't have that connection, and they're going to just, okay, I'm going to shop you. You don't mean anything to me.
Yeah.
But if they're coming from social media and they feel like they know who we are, that trust is already there, and they're not going to, they might still shop, but it's not,
So let's take this refi boom as example is, we did not do a very good job of marketing to our past database, but I would say 90% of the people we did loans for came to us when they got a letter from their servicer.
Wow.
So that just shows you.
Yeah.
We didn't market it all to our database about, hey, you guys should come refi with us. They all just reached out to us because of the content we put out. And so we kind of thanked Quicken and all those people for sending them letters and getting them back to us.
We're not saying that's a great practice. You should market to your past client database,
Yes,
but the fact that you guys are still seeing that, because like Jessica and Ryan, you guys have both mentioned, you guys are that you have that relationship. They trust you guys, like they've connected with you. So they're just like, hey, I'm going to call Ryan and Jessica and that's what we're going to discuss. Like, let's talk about it. Cause they're the ones that we originally went with. Because
that's our core value. Is making sure that we do right by the consumer every single time, even if it's not in our best interest, so that because if we lose that trust with our community, everything's gone.
Yeah. And another thing that I want to point out too is that the content that we're putting out is meant for the average person. A lot of things that I see other people posting are so above everybody's head that if you're not in the industry, you're not going to understand what they're talking about. Right. So you need to break it down like you're explaining it to your kids, or
like you're explaining it to me.
Yeah, yeah.
Not saying anything there. I'm sure Jessica wanted to comment, but we all know what you meant there. But so for those who, again, you guys have such a great strategy. You guys put out such seriously some of the best content that I watch in the entire mortgage industry. Kudos to you guys. For those who are watching, who are like, okay, I've seen it, and we talk about this on the show all the time. I've been watching Jessica. I've been watching Ryan. I've been watching Josh. Where do you start? Where do you tell people they should start right now? Because, again, now's the time. People are going to be at home. People are being quarantined. So people are kind of flocking to social media. Where should they start? Like, if they're putting a strategy together, if they're sitting down and saying, okay, I'm going to start putting something together, where do you recommend they start?
So here's what I recommend is you need to double down on what you're good at. If you are can't even fathom doing video, if you hate doing marketing, if you're not really like being on the phone, then you need to hire a partner that's going to be the front end marketer for you, and you'll double or triple your business. So that person's not going to cost you money, but they need to be someone that's part of your business that's going to get a share, because if you have them build a business on your back but aren't true partners, they're going to run off with all the business. So you got to be smart there. But if you try to, fit a square peg in a round hole, you're going to be spinning your wheels. If you're really good at doing loans, then you need to hire someone that's going to be the face of your business. And that's what I am for ours. Jessica is extremely good at loans. If I went in and did people's loans, I mean, our whole thing would fall apart. That's not what I'm good at. And so that's my big thing is if you can do it all, kudos to you. You are an amazing person, like a one-man band or one-woman band. That's crazy. We can't do that. We don't want to work 12 hours a day. Our goal is to work 6 hours a day max if you average out a whole year.
I mean, and it does, obviously, when you have booms and stuff. Like yesterday, I'm like, I'm not going to do much today. It's not super busy. Rates are garbage. I worked like 10 hours. Like, it's just, that
but
those
on
things happen.
average,
On average, our goal is to just do what we have to do and then hang out with our kids. And so you had mentioned that work-life balance earlier, and that's a major part of it. If we can do this marketing up front and not have to chase down leads, grind leads and stuff like that, it's more time for us.
And so if you don't have the luxury or you're just not willing to add a partner, you have to do it yourself and you're just beginning, here's what you do. You grab your cell phone and you just stick with your cell phone, no mic, no nothing, and you just start there. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't go get a big expensive camera. If you're going to buy a camera, your first one should be a GoPro because they're absolutely amazing. And you're gonna get more out of that because you don't have to fiddle with the settings and anything like that. But start with your phone and just look at what we're doing and what other people are doing and just mirror the content for now. And then as you do more content, you'll start to get an eye for like what to do and what works and what doesn't. And we're never 100% right, but we have a lot more wins than we have losses now in terms of like quality content just because we do it so much.
Yeah, and then if you look at Ryan's feed versus my feed, they're extremely different because I don't know how to do all of this technical stuff. So mine is more, I take my camera and what is on there is what I get. Whereas he edits and does all of that stuff too. So, I mean, if anybody wants to scroll through I don't post as often as he does, but mine is more
But if you
basic.
notice my feed, it's getting more and more raw and real and less edited, because content is king. Is you got to be first to market. And so I will push something out that's a little bit more raw, and then I might go back and do another one that's a little bit more polished later. Or we have stuff in the works that we're working that are going to be more polished, but the polished is more so for us for fun than it actually is of getting. The polished stuff never gets us as much business and doesn't get as much reach as just the raw, real, authentic stuff.
But it's best for ads. So
Sure.
those, like the sucker video, everybody loves the sucker video. And so that one was a really good ad for us. We're working on a VA one right now. That's just, and this is our biggest thing. Content. You will not hear us sell in any of our videos, because I'm not trying to sell anybody. I want to deliver that content. And if they want to work with me, that's awesome.
Yeah. And so in terms of traditional Facebook leads, we don't get that many leads that come in through our forums, but we get people that message us and call us because they do an actual real, like, committed consumer is going to do is they see our videos, they see more videos, they go to our website, they go to Google, they go on Zillow, and then once they're finally ready, they message us or they call us. So there's no way to really track those. But when your phone just all of a sudden starts ringing like nonstop and you get messages nonstop, it's obviously working when that wasn't happening before.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it goes back to what we mentioned earlier. You're not just after a lead, you're after a relationship. That's exactly what you guys are creating through all the content that you guys have both mentioned. Content. People are seeing it. People are connecting with you guys. And then ultimately it turns into a relationship. And then you become a trusted friend more than anything. They have a relationship with you.
Right.
Like, oh yeah, by the way, Jessica and Ryan do mortgages. Anytime the mortgage even comes up, they already have that deep bond with you guys that they're not going to go anywhere else. I just think, hey, Jessica and Ryan, they're my people. I love them. Like that's the way we're going to go with them. So I want to thank you guys so much for taking some time out. Really appreciate you guys willing to share some of these tactics and strategies, especially right now that a lot of people are starting to turn to social media. They don't know where to start. They don't know where to go. And again, Jessica and Ryan have both mentioned this. I mentioned this. If you need a great example of where to start, follow Jessica and Ryan right now. Like, go to their social media pages, Facebook, LinkedIn. I think you guys do Instagram.
Yeah.
It's rough, but
yeah.
Are you TikToking yet?
No, TikTok. No. I don't have time for all of these different platforms. So
we just stick to what we're good at.
As long as it's, providing a return, we're just going to put all of our effort into that for now.
Yeah. We might venture into TikTok.
Yeah.
But as of right now, and our feelings will not be hurt if you copy our stuff. Like, go do it. Like, we want everyone to succeed. There's enough business and people out there. I could do a video, and Josh, you could do a video that you copied exactly, and I guarantee you we're going to get different people that are attracted to us because we're different people and we deliver it differently. Yeah.
Dude, I love that you say that, because so many people are like, well, Ryan and Jessica, they already posted a video about that. I can't do it. Of course you can. Your audience
We're not even
different.
in the same market. Yeah, a completely different audience. Nobody's going to see. We have different friend lists.
We mentioned this. Lisa Lund, the Lund mortgage team. Like Lisa and Matt, they're in they're pretty close in proximity, but they're completely different markets from you guys. Like, ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to be catching the same audience. Ryan's friends, Jessica's friends are going to be watching it. If I post a video, I doubt highly the same friends are going to see it. So I love all that you guys are sharing. It's absolutely brilliant. You can see why so much of your business, almost all your business, is coming from social media. The fact that you guys are utilizing it and you understand the power of it. So kudos to you guys. Thank you so much for all that you're willing to give back to the industry, that all you're willing to share, because it really is. You guys are inspiring, you're motivating, and you're helping others grow through all that you guys are doing. So kudos to you guys.
Yeah, thank you for having us on. We appreciate it.
My pleasure. And again, guys, you got to go follow Jessica and Ryan right now. Facebook is definitely the place to follow them and watch what they're doing. And I guarantee if you watch them, you can get some great ideas, especially in this time where you're going to start utilizing social media as well. So with that, everybody, as always, we appreciate you. We love you. Now it's time to go shred, go show up, hustle, repeat every day. See you guys.